Okay, good morning everyone. Okay, in last class we have seen what is dynamically typed. Then we have seen interpreted programming language, right? High level, why Python is known for its high level language. And last we were seeing robust. Why it is called robust? Concept is there. For what? We have started this. Exception handling. Conversion of technical error message into user friendly error message. Okay, one more time I'll go. Yeah, online. Am I audible? Online guys, am I audible? Okay, fine. Thank you. Robust. Python is as considered a robust programming language because I'll tell you once because it offers exception handling handling exception handling, right? Now, what is the meaning of exception handling? First of all, what is exception? First of all, what is exception? Okay, so I'll go for exception. Exception. What is exception? Any runtime. Okay, any error that occurs during runtime is called as what? Exception. Exception. Okay, during runtime, that is nothing but exception. Now you see, let's suppose I'm taking an example. A is equals to, last example only I'm taking, A is equals to 10. Okay, B is equals to 20. Now can we go for A divided by B? Sorry, no, B is equals to 0. I'm taking B is equals to 0. Okay, now can we go for A by B? Why? What it is giving? Zero division error. Division by 0 is not possible here, right? Zero division error. But this zero division error is what? A technical error message. Technical error message. That too, while running this program, we are getting this error, right? While running this program, while execution, we are getting this error. That's why any runtime, any error that occurs during runtime is what? Exception, right? Is what? Exception. And all right, typically gives technical error message, right? Message technical error message. Now why we are using this exception handling? Okay, so I'll go for exception handling. Okay, exception handling. What is exception handling? To handle this, or I'll write, it's the process of converting converting those technical error messages into what? user friendly error messages. Okay, that is what handling of exception. Handling of exception, right? In most of the website or any in your academics also, you might have heard that exception handling is nothing but to handle the exception, right? But what exception? What exception? There is lots of exception. Exception means runtime exception, logical error, syntax error is there, right? Runtime error, compile time error. These are multiple types of error. What type of error comes under exception handling? That is nothing but runtime error or exception. Got it? Simple example I have given: inserting ATM card in wrong way. That is what? While running your process, while doing anything, you are making mistakes, right? While entering your PIN, if you are making any mistake, that is what? Runtime error, right? While inserting your amount, you want 10,000 and you have only 20,000, you are entering 1 lakh. What it is? Runtime error. And if it is giving, if it is starts giving any error like which is technical error, the user can't be able to understand. For that, what we have to do? Programmer should give the error which is user friendly, in this case also. Exception handling is what? It's a process of converting those technical error message. What technical error message? Which is coming at the time of runtime, right? At runtime, those technical error message into what? User friendly error message. That is nothing but handling of exception. Handling of exception, right? This is something. Next, robust. I'll go for this makes Python and robust language lang robust programming language. Okay, robust programming language. And this is why we are using this for smoother, for more smoothness of our program, right, of our application. So I'll write especially in real time applications where smooth user experience is crucial, right? It's crucial. In this case, in this case, exception handling concept makes our application more robust. Robust in the sense strong, more robust, right? Especially in real time application where smooth user experience is crucial, right? For example, if we are checking our balance, right? If we are checking our balance in any UPI ID with any UPI application, okay, if it is taking longer period of time for getting out or for giving the status of our account, that is what? The smoothness is not there, right? And if it is running properly, once we tap in account balance check, if quickly if it is giving the account balance, then it is what? Smoothness. Okay, more smoothness of application it is there. So for that what we have to use exception handling. Exception handling, that is one thing. Next so we have, in real time scenario, I'll explain you. In real time scenario, if a programmer is making any program, any application, right? For example, let's suppose detection. Okay, any detection. Let's suppose iris detection it is. Based on your iris detection, it will lock or unlock the device. It will lock or unlock the device. So while using that particular device, if it is recognizing our eyes properly, then obviously it will process it. Okay, but if it is not recognizing eyes properly, due to any reason like low light or low what I can say brightness or anything could be there. So because of that it can't be able to recognize. So for that it should show proper response, it should show proper message, right? What message? That because of low light I can't be able to recognize, because of low brightness I can't be able to recognize. Then only the user can be able to understand what it is going to say and or what it is saying, right? So for that it is a programmer responsibility, it is a software developer responsibility that they should or he should install particular software like that, that it should show user friendly messages. While any kind of error, it should show user friendly error. This is the proper, or we can say main purpose of using exception handling. It is not like handling of any kind of exception is exception handling. Handling in proper way, that is nothing but converting of technical error message into user friendly error message. Okay, most of the time teachers or faculties are saying like to handle the exception, that is nothing but exception handling. But behind that also we have lots of terms, behind that also we have lots of things, right? So how many types of except errors we have? One is, I'll go for types of error. Types of error. If I go for types of error, one is logical error. Logical error, right? Logical error that comes under due to related to incorrect logic. Incorrect logic. Okay, related to incorrect logic. Next is what? Compile time error. Compile time. Compile time error due to syntax. Syntax error we can say. Due to syntax error. Next is runtime error. Runtime error. Okay. Now this is which happens while execution. Execution. While execution. Right? Got it? So exception handling is what? First of all, what is exception? Runtime error, right? So now, from now onwards, if someone asks you what is exception handling, first of all you have to tell what is exception. Exception is what? Any runtime error is what? Exception. Okay, what is exception handling? Don't say handling of exception. User friendly error message. Okay, fine. This is exception handling. This is seventh one. Eighth one. Shall we go ahead? Eighth. Eighth is object oriented programming language. Okay, object oriented programming language. But let me check here. But for now, we are not going to see what is object oriented programming language, because if I explain you this now, you'll get confused. Okay, you'll get confused. We have vast topic as oops concept in Python. Okay, so we are not going to see this. Just you remember that what is object, what is object, reference we can say, it stores the reference. Okay, what is class? Now someone says it is a blueprint of an object, right? Someone says class is a blueprint of an object. Yes or no? Theory says what? Class is a blueprint of object. But class is what? Collection of variables, functions, right? Collection of variables and functions, or more you can say collection of methods. Okay, what method? Or I'll go for data member, data member, and member member function. It is a collection of data member. Here data member is nothing but the variable what we are going to use. That is nothing but data member, right? Member function is nothing but what method we are going to use. Okay, and we can also call it as method. Okay, in oops concept we are calling it as method. Okay, so data member, that is variable. Okay, variable, that is variable, and member function, that is method only. In oops concept we are calling it as method. Normally we call it as functions. Okay, fine. So just remember this, that object is nothing but the reference of the class, we can say reference of the class. What is class? It is a collection of data member or variables and member function or methods. Got it? This you have to remember. See why I'm not explaining this? Because here also most of the people belongs to non-CS background, right? They don't know anything about what is oops concept. Till now, whatever I have explained, did you get everything? Did you get everything? Online guys, please respond. Did you get everything? Whatever we have seen till now? Any doubt? Anything? Fine. Next, ninth one. Ninth. Okay, extensible. Okay, so now what is extensible language? First of all, what is extensible? Okay, Python is one of the extensible language. In YouTube, I'll give one example, simple example. In YouTube, we also use C programming, C++, not C++, C programming, right? C programming. We also use Python. So when we have Python, what is the need of using C here? And that too, 60%, 60% of code of YouTube has been written in C programming. So I'll write 60%, 60%. And here 20%, 20%, 20% of code has been written in Python. Rest of the thing written in another programming language, different programming language, right? But why? Why C 60% and why Python 20%? Maybe this percentage varies. Okay, this percentage varies. But for example, I'm telling you, C contains 60% of code and Python contains 20% in YouTube. Okay, but why? First of all, Python is a robust language. Python has lots of features like inbuilt Python, inbuilt API it is having. It has a rich set of APIs, right? Multiple multi-threading is there, right? More we can say, uh, oops concept is there, right? More, tell me, exception handling, robust it is. Okay, embedded language it is. It also supports third-party APIs. I'll explain you what is third-party APIs. Likewise, it has lots of features. Python is having lots of features. But as compared to C programming, Python is bit slow. As compared to C programming, Python is what? Bit slow. Slow in execution. Right? Slow in execution. That's why they have used 60% of C coding, C programming. Why? In C programming, we have something called pointer. Something called pointer. What is pointer? It is kind of a variable only, which points the current. What it is? Pointer is what? Do you know pointer? Which points the variable, which points the current variable, and it stores the object, the address of variables, right? It stores the address of variables. That's why the process, runtime process, or we can say execution time it takes is quite less as compared to Python. That's why they have written the code in C programming much more than Python. Python is having lots of features. Python is having lots of features that makes Python robust, that makes Python different from other languages. But as compared to C, Python is running bit slow. The execution process it takes is bit slow time. Okay, that's why YouTube, what they have done is they have written almost 60% of code in C programming. Rest 20 is of Python and next is of different programming languages, right? That's why with the help of this pointer, it is bit faster. The C programming is bit faster, right? So now why I have explained this? It is an extensible programming language, right? It is an extensible programming language. So I'll go for it offers, right? Extensible means, see, YouTube. Here we are using multiple programming languages, right? With the help of uh, C, we can go for pointers, which makes our application faster in execution, right? Why not we use Python? The features of Python like inbuilt APIs, rich set of APIs, so that with faster execution we can make our program or application more robust. So there is a combination of fastness and robustness, right? Fastness and robustness. That's why it is one kind of extensible programming language. Extensible means it is extending its features, right? So it offers its programming facilities or features, I'll say features to other programming languages. Okay, making Python as what? One of the extensible programming language. Okay, one of the language. I hope you got the idea why we are calling it as extensible programming language. It can extend its feature, it can offer its features, whatever the features we have, to other programming languages. Example, YouTube is taking what? For faster execution, it is taking C programming. For more robustness, it is taking Python, right? Are you getting my point? Okay, fine. So this is what extensible. Do you have any doubt? Online, online. Do you have any doubt? No. Okay, online and offline students. So we are in our fourth day of our session, right? And by the end of this week, we are going to change our link. Okay, we are going to change our link. Still, I'm telling you, we are going slow because we are still in demo sessions. Okay, once we complete our demo session, we'll be starting our important topics. Okay, so please, first of all, don't miss any class, don't miss any session. Second thing, please enroll yourself quickly. Okay, enroll yourself quickly. Fine. If you have any kind of queries, you can contact to that number I have already given. Still, if you want, later on I'll give you. Okay, embedded. Next is embedded. Python is one of the embedded programming language. Okay, Python is one of the embedded programming language. Means Python can call other programming codes to itself. Okay, Python can call other programming languages programs or codes to Python code. Okay, so I will write Python can speed up things. Okay, speed up things by calling code of other programming language code of other programming language. Okay, so for example, I have written Python code. Okay, I can also call C programming code in my Python. Okay, there are some extensions, so we have to use those extensions, those particular thing we have to use to call particular programming language code inside what? Python code. Okay, so for instance, I am writing for instance we can call C programming code to Python programming Python program. Okay, this is one. 11th 11 I got the idea. Got it. Okay, next 11. It supports third party API. Okay, it support third party API. This third party API only can be used inside Python. Okay, for example, they are NumPy, Pandas, Seaborn, Matplotlib, scikit-learn, or we can also call it as sklearn. Okay, SciPy, more. Tell me if you know. NLTK. Okay, more. Tell me. Forgot everything. Fine. NLTK. More. You can say GenSim. These are some third-party APIs we can call it as. Okay, and I hope you know what is API. Okay, some other people has created this pandas, numpy, seaborn, matplotlib, scikit. These are some kind of thing we are using in data science, machine learning, right? Machine learning, NLP, this matplotlib, seaborn, these are visualization tools, visualization library. Pandas, something is for data frames, right? NumPy to make our data as arrays, 1D array, 2D arrays, 3D arrays, right? So to making our data in arrays, we are using NumPy. Panda is for data frames to make our data in rows and column format, right? Seaborn, it is an advanced visualization. Matplotlib, visualization, right? Scikit-learn, inside this sklearn, something comes under machine learning. All the algorithm comes under this scikit-learn only, sklearn. Whether it is linear regression, logistic regression, classification model, whatever the algorithm we have, regression classification, okay, it comes under this, okay. SciPy, this is also one library, scientific Python, okay. SciPy. NLTK comes under NLP, natural language processing, and Gensim is also comes under that. Likewise, we have lots of n number of we have, okay. All right, got it, fine. So here we have completed what features of Python, okay. Now we have started with exception handling, right? What is the date? 6. 6. Okay, fine. Now will you be able to answer all this? Now will you be able to answer this? Can I ask question? Can I ask questions online? Shall we go? Okay. Simple. Why Python is simple? Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Fine. So this is simple. Okay. No one is interested in online. No one is interested to give answer. Suresh, Prasanna, Balaji, Sai Pavan, Sudha, Shreya, Vasu, Monica. It's syntax, sir. Okay. Next, tell me. Independent. Hmm. So will you answer like this in interviews as well? Fine. Freeware and open source. Tell me. Free to download without paying any subscription. Okay. Next, open source. Open for all. How can you say that open for all? I have given one example. Python created. Who is creator of Python? Who is inventor of Python? Guido and Rossum. And now who is maintaining Python Software Foundation? Only one time Guido and Rossum has created this. How many times it is getting maintained? N number of times. And who is maintaining the different software foundation? Right? So that Python is open. The source of Python is open to Python Software Foundation. They can manipulate it. They can use, not manipulate, I wouldn't say manipulation. They can use their features. Okay, they can add something. Fine. Okay. Next, next, what it is? Interpreted programming language. Tell me the process of interpretation. Tell me the process of interpretation. What it does? Who reads the code line by line? Okay, fine. Who is converting source code into byte code? Compiler, Python compiler. Okay. So once we write our code, that is nothing but a source code, right? Python compiler does what? It converts source code into byte code. That is also line by line. Everything in Python comes under line by line only. Interpretation process comes under line by line process. Okay, fine. Next. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Somehow you got the idea what it is. But properly, once you try to read the notes, okay. Intermediary process is also there. Intermediate code, source code into byte code. That byte code comes under intermediate code. Okay, that is also getting read it line by line. Then after it will give it to PVM. PVM does what? Convert byte code into machine understandable code, right? Also line by line. After that, once it get completed, then that machine understandable code give it to OS and processor. After that, those that OS and processor gives the result. Got it? Fine. This is the process. Fine. Next, exception handling. Acha, dynamically typed. What is dynamically typed? No data. Data. Data type. Okay. So while writing or while declaring the variable, we should not use. There is no need of declaring data type. But in other traditional languages like C, C++, Java, we must have to declare data type. Okay, fine. So these are what functions. Please go through this. Okay, we'll get uh, we'll get the knowledge of what is functions of Python. Now we'll go for one more extreme important topic, that is data representation. Data representation in Python. In Python. Okay, data representation. Okay. First of all, to represent the data in Python, we need we need few things we need. Okay, we need few things. First, first one is variable, variable, variables, or we can say identifiers. We can say identifiers. Second, second, we need values, values, literals, 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 or we can say values. Okay, literals or values. Third, which is the most important thing, which is data types. Okay, data types. So one by one we are going to see what these are. First we'll see what is variables, or we can say identifiers. Second is literals. Okay, Literals or uh, I think I should go for first literal and values, because literal are something which is easy. Variable I'll explain you later on. What happened? Literals and variables will go for it. Literals and values. Okay. So what is literal? First of all, I'll give you example, then you will get the idea. Okay. What is literal? Now you go for it. A is equals to 10. A is equals to 10. Here, A is nothing but the variable. A is nothing but the variable or object, we can call it as. 10, 10, we are calling it as values. But in program term, what we are calling it as literals. These are literals, right? These are what? Literals. Now you go for it. Now you go for it. If I go for print of a comma type of a, print of a comma type of a, what it is showing, 10 belongs to what literal? Integer literal. So what kind of literal it is? Integer literal. What it is? Integer literal, right? Integer literal. Similarly, let's go for one example I'm showing you. Okay, so let's suppose s is equals to um, abc. Okay, abc. Now what I'm trying to do is int of, just don't think what it is. Okay, don't think what it is, try to understand. Value error, what it is giving? Value error. Okay, here what we have inside this s is equals to double quote belongs to string data. String is nothing but the collection of characters. Characters are alphabets or alphanumerics. Okay, alphabets like abc or anything whatever you are writing, that is alphabets. And whatever you are writing inside this double quote or single quote, that is string data. That is what? String data, right? So let me write type of type of type of s. What it is? Type of s is what? String. So s is what type of literal it is? String literal. What type of literal? String literal, right? So if I try to convert this string which is abc into integer, integer says what data it can store? Values, numeric values, integral, whole numbers, right? Natural numbers, right? So abc is what? Alphabets. Can we convert directly alphabets into integer? No, that is not possible, right? That's why it is saying what? Invalid literal. What it is? Literal. What literal it is? String literal. In which format we are trying to convert? Integer literal. So what it is saying? Invalid literal for integer function with base 10. I'll explain you what is base 10. What is this integer function? So ABC comes under string, and we can't convert string data into integer. There are some rules. I'll explain you. We can convert. We can't say we can't convert. If I write a is equals to inside this, if I write 100, 100 is what? Here still it is string literal. Still it is string literal. But inside this, what value we have? Integer, right? So it is possible to convert this into what? Convert this into, now you see what we are getting? 100. Now it is being converted into what? Integer, right? Likewise, we'll be seeing lots of examples. So what is literal now? What is literal now? Literals are values. Okay, literals are nothing but literals are values which we are storing inside variables, right? Literals are what? Values. These are values only, which we are storing inside variables. Okay, variable, or we can say object. Object. Got it? Because in Python all variables are object only, and behind that object class is there. Okay, I've shown you lots of time. I've shown you, right? Examples examples what kind of literal? Let's say uh, name. Name. Okay, name. If I'm writing name as let's suppose Gaurav. Okay, Gaurav. What literal it is? Print of type of a, sorry, name. Okay, name. Now what it is? Str. So what type of literal it is? String literal. Similarly, if I go for number is equals to 10. Now you go for it. What it is? What literal? Integer literal. Similarly, if I go for float, fl is equals to 10.10.5. 10.5. Now you go for it. Fl. What it is? Float. So this value is what? Float literal. This value is float literal, right? Similarly, if I go for bool. Okay, bl is equals to true. Now you see bl, boolean. Likewise, we can go for n number of examples. We have lots of data types, right? We have lots of data types. You can go like this. Example, right? Example, employee id, emp id. Go for it. Emp id. What kind of literal we should use? Id consists of both integer and alphanumeric. What if someone write a b 1 2 3? Then will it take? Go for it. What it is saying? Sorry. Wait. Yeah. Now you go for it. Emp id is equals to a b 1 2 3. A B 1 2 3. Name AB 1 2 3 is not defined. Still, this ABC PVM is taking this ABC as what? A name. Name means what? Variable. It is taking it as variable, right? So for that, what we have to write? We have to keep it inside double quote. That comes under string literal, right? That comes under string literal. Now you go for it. EMP ID. What it is? Class is what? String. What kind of data it is? String literal, right? Likewise, we can have lots of multiple examples we can have, right? So here, this I'll write this as string literal. Okay, this I'll write, this value I will write as what? Int literal int literal. Similarly, if I go for this is what? Float literal. Okay, this is what? Boolean literal. Boolean literal. Fine, got it? So whatever the value we are taking, that is nothing but an literal. Okay, this is variable. This is variable. This is variable. Okay, this is variable. Fine. So I'll go for next more. What you can say? Let's suppose empid it contains both alphanumeric. Alphabets are also there, numerical also there, right? Float literal Marks. Go for marks. What it takes? Marks. Three, two digit, like let's suppose 90.6. 90.6. Float it is. Can we consider it as float literal? Yes, it is. Next, more you say percent, percent, percentage. Percentage again, float only 67, 67.9, 67.9. This is float literal. Next, more example. Go for it. Go for it. Place. Place. What is place? Hmm? String literal. Any KPHB. KPHB or P it is. KPHB. 1 2 1 2 4 5 4. Right. String literal. So likewise, we can take many examples. Okay. Likewise, we can take many examples. So this is something literal. Okay. Now I'll go for this variables. Again, I'm telling you, whatever value you take, s is equals to, you are talking like this 1 2 3. Okay, 1 2 3, and like this only you are talking, right? Same you are asking. Okay, so 1 2 3, whatever it is coming inside double quote, that is nothing but a string. That too, if you try to convert this into integer, you can't do this because it is a combination of numeric and alphabets, numeric and alphabets, and we can't convert any value with numeric, alphanumeric. We can't convert the value in string or in integer, which is consist of alphanumeric. Here this is alphanumeric only, and if we try to convert this into int of s, can we convert? No, we can't convert. What it is saying? Invalid literal. For integer, integer only takes base 10 values, whatever the numbers. Okay, numbers, only numbers, only numbers it can take. Got it? So next, variable and identifier. Variables and identifiers. Simple. I will go for variable var is equals to, let's suppose I am taking 10. Okay, I am taking 10. So here you see, just give me a moment. Here in this case, this 10. Okay, I'll write it here. Okay, I'll write it here. Let's suppose 10. Here we are taking variable, or let's suppose not variable. I'll go for a. Okay, a is equals to I'm storing 10. Okay, this a, we can change this a, right? Value is what? Let's suppose name. Okay, we can write, let me go for it. Yeah, we can write variable is equals to 10. Okay, we can write it like this also. I'll go for name. Let's suppose name is equals to Shweta. Okay, Shweta. Name is equals to Shweta. Now you see, this Shweta is constant. Can you change your name? Can you change your name? In documents, will you say Shweta, THA? Will you write it like this? Or whatever it is, you have to write it as it is, right? So it can't be changed. The value can't be changed, right? But name, If I write name as uh, Name, Name. Now you go for it, Shweta. Okay, Shweta. Next, I'll write total NAME is equals to Shweta. Okay. Similarly, I'll go for NAME. How many variables we have? Are they similar or different? The meaning of all the variables are same. The meaning of all the variables are same, but all the variables are different only, right? Now you go for it, print of, I'll go for first name. Okay, Shweta. Okay, next I'll go for small. Okay, all are storing the same values but has different meaning of all the, not different meaning, I wouldn't say different meaning, but it is storing different memory address. Now you go for it, name, different memory address. Similarly, if you go for different or same, different or same, now again you go for it, Name, will it store same or different? Now you see values are different or same, values are different or same. I'll tell you one thing. uh, Here I'll write it like this. So if I write name is equals to I'll go for Raj. Okay, Raj. Then I'll go for name is equals to Raj. Okay, then I'll go for name is equals to Raj. I'm taking only three variables, right? Both are having different variable name, right? Means different variable name it is taking. Here this will take first letter is what, capital, but the value is what, Raj. Okay, Raj, I'll take it as Raj here. Okay, I'll write Raj, Raj here, but it refers to the same, right? This also refers where, it is also referring the same value, this is also referring the same value, means this is having same memory address but with different what, variable name, right? But different variable name. Here all the variable name, this variable 1, variable 2 and variable 3, variable 3, all will save, or all the variable will store this Raj only, same value, right? But also here id, the memory address, the id, the memory address will be remain same, because this, see, all depends on what, all depends on value, all depends on value. Now if I write it like this, if I write it like this, let me go for this. Now if I write it like this, name is equals to if I write Shweta. Okay, Shweta. Now you go for it, id of name. Just a minute, Shiva, I'll explain it. Now you see id of name, is it same or different? Different it is, means we can use any variable. Yeah, and but if we are using the same value what we have with other variables as well, then the address won't get changed, address will be remain same, in same memory address it will remain. Okay, one question someone is asking, what if user modifies any of the variable value? Does it create new ID? Obviously. Okay, only you are talking about values, right? You are talking about only values. Okay, fine. I'll explain you. I'll explain you this. Simple. In simple way, I'll explain you. Okay. Now see, A is equals to 10. Same garbage collector. Garbage collector. A is equals to 10. Again, if I'm writing ID of A, ID of A. This is the ID of A. If I'm storing A is equals to 20, variable is same. Variable is same both. Here A is same. A is same. But values 20, 10. It is different. It is different, right? 20. Go for it. Same or different? Same or different? Even though if user is changing this value, right, the address will get changed, right? The address will get changed. But again, if we are having b is equals to 20, see the address here. Address, it is ID of b. Same or different? So it depends on the value, not in the variable. It depends on the value. Variable could be anything. You write your name, you write your surname, whatever you want to write, you write. But value, it is really important. The crucial thing is here what? Value. Right? Got it? And this is something comes under mutability and immutability. I'll explain you what is mutability, what is immutability. Okay? This ID is really important here. ID here is nothing but the memory address, we can say. The memory address. Okay. Got it, Shiva? Thank you. Okay. Fine. Okay. Few more things. Is it clear? Okay. So I'll write once user or once the application user enters the data from the keyboard to program. Okay, now I'll tell you, we have two things. Either we can go for directly, okay, like b is equals to 20, b is equals to 20, or else we can go for user input. That is nothing but int of I should not show you right now because this is something. Now you see, once I enter here, it is asking to enter something. Now if I enter 20, now it will show. Now you write b. B is what? 20. Getting my point? Similarly, b is equals to I can go for this also. This is what? Static type. This is what? Static type. While writing the program only, we are giving the input. But the good practice is what? Int of input of I'll write enter the value. Enter the value. See, this is some separate topic we have. Okay, I should not show you right now because again it will make you confused. Is it? So here it is something which is user input. It is taking what? User input. No need to worry what it is. I'll explain you in deep. This is something, it is a user input. Okay. Example I'll tell you. Simple example I'll tell you. Pin, ATM pin. Once you enter that you want to withdraw money, what it is asking? Enter your pin. What it is? Enter your pin. What it is? Message, user friendly message. Then only user will get to know about what it is asking for, right? So enter your pin. That is a user input it is asking. Here also enter the value. What it is asking? To enter the value, we are entering 20. I'll explain you in deep. Okay, no need to worry about this. Right. Once the application user enters the data from the keyboard to program, okay, it is it is a responsibility of programmer. Okay, it is a responsibility of programmer to store the data in the form of what? In the form of variables, or what? In the form of, sorry, not, just wait a minute, form. Okay, what it is saying, it is the responsibility of programmer to store the data in the form of literals literals or values, and where inside 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 variables, or we can call it as, or identifiers. Okay, identifiers. Fine. Okay, now these are the examples. I can consider this as example. Next, so first of all, variable means what? It can varies. Okay, it can varies. You are writing name, variable, the value is same. You are writing name, capital name, the value is same. You are writing name, right? But similarly, both are all these are having different memory space. All are having different memory space, even though it is taking the memory address as same, but this is having different name, this is having different name, this is having different name. If you call like this, name is something different, it is coming. I would go for, I'll go for name. I'll go for name is equals to, I'll go for 10, not 10, I'll go for Raj. Okay, now you see, name is equals to, I'll go for uh, Rani. Okay, next is, here only I'll change this Rahul. Okay, now values are different here, values are different, as well as the variable. See, meaning are same. All three are storing what? Names of particular person, right? But all the variables are having different names. All the variables are having different name. Now if you go for this, id of id of name, that is different, right? Now if I go for id of name, that is different. Similarly, if I go for name, that is different. And also, if you call this name, Raj will come, because this, here this is considering what? Raj, right? Similarly, if you go for this name, it is taking Rani. If you go for this name, it is taking Rahul. So it can vary. The variable can be var- identifiers. What is identifier? Similar, same, your name, right? Name, here name is what? Name is also considered as identifier, which is identifying that what thing we are going to store here? Name. Okay. EMP ID, employee ID, that is what? An identifier which is identifying that you should enter here what? Employee ID, right? Employee ID. This is what? Employee ID. Likewise, street. Street is what? Address, right? Comes under alphanumeric. So here anything I can write. Street is what? Variable, or we can say identifier, which identifies that you have to enter street here. Inside this you have to enter street. Getting my point? Fine. So this is how you can say variables and identifiers. So identifier is what? Variables. Variables may varies. Okay. I hope the spelling is right. Oh, this only. Okay. And identifier. Identifiers. Identifier is nothing but to identify. To identify the variable name. Variable name. Right? To identify the variable name. Getting my point? Yes or no? Okay. Fine. Next is, so total how many we have? One is literal, one is variable and identifier. Okay, what is literal or values? What is literal or values? Sorry, literal. Literal are only values only. It is values only. But every values has its separate meaning, right? Like a is equals to 10. 10 is what? Integer literal. 20.5 float literal. Okay, true. 20 plus 3j complex literal it is. In Python we have this term called complex. It is a separate data type. I'll explain you. Okay. Inside double quote, if I am writing Python, what literal? String literal. Got it? So this is how we can go for literals. Next is data type. Next is data type. I guess we have completed 11:28 it is. Okay, that's why you are getting bored. Yeah. Huh. Huh, there we have to declare. Because I'll explain you. I'll explain you. Just wait a minute. Now you see here. If I write a is equals to online students. Okay, fine. There. See, again, I'm telling you. How would PVM get to know about what data type we are going to insert? Okay. So for this only we are writing. We are going to enter the data of integer, right? Similarly, if I write only input, like input of, it will take string data. It will take string data because we are not giving any acknowledgement. We are not giving. See, before variable, if we are giving, that is different case. Here, what we are doing, we are inserting the value, user input, right? Another, if you see, if you go for different, I'll show you one more time. I'll show you Chrome. You go for it. I'll explain you. Taking user input, put in Java. Okay. First of all, in Java we have to use this super class, this scanner class, right? This is how this two line of code will make the user to take input. Okay. Again, I'll go for C programming. Okay. C programming. C programming, user input. User input. First, we have to take this. Okay, type a number. Here we are giving. Here we are giving what? Message statement, right? Then we are using scanf %d my number address of. In this case, what we are doing? Take this. Take this. A is equals to int of, or let's suppose, okay, integer only, int of input of input of. Inside this only we can give the statement, enter the value, enter the value, right? Now you go for it. Simple it is. It is asking for entering the value. I'm writing 20, right? Okay, fine. Where it is? Here. Now it is asking enter the value. I'll write 20. Go for it. What it is? A. What is the story? 20. Huh. String only. I'll go for it. Wait. Fine. You see 23. Even though I'm writing 23, it is taking it as 23 comes under what? Single quote. What it is? String. Now see type of A. Type of A. str. Got it? So every time whenever we are taking input, we have to write the data type float of. It will take decimal value. Got it? So I think that should be it. Tomorrow we will see the data types. Okay, tomorrow we will see the data types, and please don't miss the next class, next few class. Okay, because we are going to start the data types. Okay, thank you so much guys for attending the class. Please attend regularly. Okay, thank you so much. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.